Well, good evening. Wanted to show you guys. There's a bunch of progress that we haven't been filming, but wanted to show you guys this one because it's kind of a tricky situation and very unique to my car. As you guys know already, that or even if you don't know, the seats in this car have been modified. They are from a 2002 SCR Spec V Sentra, and they have this lava interior design, and we welded these seats to fit in, and they're sweet. They sit a little high on the car, but other than that, I really like them. Look cool. So now here I am trying to figure out how do I get the rear seats to sit in here, because this is coming from a sedan and it's going in a hatchback. Nothing fits, nothing works. So I'm having to like figure out everything here. So what I'm doing right now is this is a back of a seat from a Honda Civic, 1998 Honda Civic, and that has the same kind of latching system because it's a hatchback. The seat is a bit different than a 240 seat, but the latching mechanism works. So I took the whole foam and everything off of the Civic one, and I'm going to try and see with this Sentra one. Take a look here. Got to take all these little clip things off right here, so I can take the backing off, and then maybe I can just take the foam and apply it to that. I'm noticing now that this is the wrong seat for that one, because this is the right one, that's the left one. Anyways, and then hopefully I can easily apply this onto that, and then it just goes right in, and then it will be great. I gotta do a bit of modifying to the bottom one. Kind of can see it over there, but because I've just been cutting foam away to allow it to sit in there a little bit better, and it's just still not sitting right. So I gotta take it back out, cut away some more foam so that it can sit in there properly. And even then, it probably isn't going to sit in there amazing, but it's going to look really awesome. So that's what I got to do. And then this one, I don't know, you guys might think it's a bad idea to have it set up this way, but I have this strut tower bar from the same car, the Sentra, and I mounted it up before, like there was a proper bracketry here. I mounted it up before to see how it would look on this, and I found out that the first holes both lined up perfectly and the bar was the perfect length, but the other two holes right over here, they did not line up. They came up to around here, and wasn't this big of a diameter. So what I did instead was I just cut the bracket off around here, and then took out, there was a little dowel here that kind of helped to act as a spacer. Took that out, and then it was a perfect size to fit in there, and then I just tightened it down, and as you can see, the whole car is moving with it. So it's only held in by one on each side, but it's doing a pretty good job. So I'm gonna run it and see how it does. I did have to also bore out the hole for the bolt here, and it kind of worked out pretty good because I just left it loose when I installed the two brackets so that it could sit in the right spot, and then I tightened it down, and because it was closer to this tapered out portion, it kind of squeezed the whole thing together a bit more. So I think that's really helping with the rigidity of that, even though it's only held in by one stud. So we'll see if it, drops in my cylinder while I'm driving, then I'll let you guys know, right? Yeah, I think that's about it. Danny's been doing some stuff on his car. Oh, you guys are going crazy. He's trying to figure out this. He's making a mess, yeah. Well, he's trying to figure out this wing that he got, because he wanted to get something subtle for his 240 because he likes that look, you can see with the wing on the top there. And he found this kind of carbon fiber looking rubber wing here, and he repaired his trunk because it had There you go. It had some damage, and he's fixed it and painted over it. And now, because the rubber didn't have very much rigidity, he's filled all of that with foam, construction foam, to make it a bit tougher. And then gonna put it down with some double-sided tape.
Yeah, this is upside down right now, obviously. So you just flip it around and envision it on the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Generic spoiler from the internet. But spray foam was really wild.
Yeah, it was getting everywhere. You can see over here the spray foam kind of just went off into the ground and everything, and it was just going everywhere. And then we were trying to touch it and shape it, and it's just super sticky. I think his hands are still glued together, kind of, because the stuff is just super sticky.
Was, new air filter. Beautiful fitment.
Where's the old one?
It's right here.
HKS. If any of you guys know, probably shouldn't run one of those because the foam just falls apart.
They look cool, but it's all deteriorated.
You can see this stuff just comes off.
So I'll sell that for $500. So that's the new mod.
Yeah.
Gotta
hopefully it'll do a good job.
Because that's spewing.
Yeah. We were having, I guess we never talked about it, but we were having some problems with his engine. It was like misfiring really badly and stuff.
Yeah.
So we were trying to diagnose it a whole bunch a few days ago, and we came across, we got all the way down to the spark and the fuel and trying to figure out which one was wrong. Spark was fine, so we
started pulling the plugs as it's running. Pull the injector plug off, doesn't make a difference. Pulled this one off, still didn't make a difference. It's like idling on 2 cylinders. And you go and drive around, put your foot in it, it picks up. So there was the injectors weren't getting low pressure. So
yeah, or weren't spraying at all sometimes.
Anyway, I think there was a clog in the fuel line, so I took all that off, and then in all that happening, I sprung a leak. It was like a pinhole. I feel like my fuel line is eating itself because it's not, I don't know, maybe it's just low quality grade. Anyway, yeah, I've learned maybe I should switch to this braided line here. That is a what is it called?
PVC plumbing.
It's for
hot water.
It's for your dishwasher or washing machine in the house. And lo and behold, that pipe fitting threaded right in there, and that's just my crankcase vent. Goes right down and
comes down over here and then just vents out down there somewhere.
So I've been told that braided line is also high pressure and works for fuel. So I might do that. We'll see.
Yeah.
And then another thing, if you run an SR, I used to have this crankcase line this way, just because I wanted the front engine to be all wide open. It started to get melted by the exhaust, and I was told that can interfere with the voltage that the crank sensor is sending to the ECU, which could have also been some stumbling issues. So I've now moved that, insulated it, put a rubber hose over the wire so it doesn't get heated up too much. Yeah.
And so that there's no like spark interference and stuff.
Yeah.
Like no jumping of
Yeah, I was actually holding my hand on here and I got a little tiny shock somehow through the wires. They can actually still jump through the insulation.
Yeah, and then you lose it in your timing and it just kind of ruins everything. So when he was driving it on the road trip, it was just like super jerky and really uncomfortable. And then we moved the wire and it was way smoother.
Check out that road trip if you haven't already. And it's probably probably not existent yet, but you'll see it shortly.
Yeah, and then if you guys have watched that road trip video, you would have noticed that my car had big vents on the hood and everything, and it was black with a white vent. And I've kind of been thinking about it and looking at it, and I'm like, I don't know. It looks a bit cringy sometimes because it's made from like a fiberglass or something, and it was put on. We didn't do it. We just got the thing like this, and it was just put on with like self-tappers and stuff. And it's got like this right there, and then sometimes, you know, when it's raining and all the water is going into the car, I'm like, oh, don't like that. So and also the hood itself has kind of got a lot of rigidity issues, so you can't really see it, but you can see there's welds there and all over the place on it. So I'm deciding to go back to my stock hood, to the white one, and hoping it'll give it more of like a 240 look, like a slick 240 look, rather than like a, I don't know, that look made it look a lot more like a muscle car, which I like. But I wanted to, if I want to do that, I want to get the nicer ones that are like proper and are, what do you call it, fiberglass the whole way, and it's all like one piece instead of it looking like it's two pieces. So that means I have to, I had to look at this hood again, and I was like, oh, it's got so much rust, because this is the one that was on it like 10 years ago when it was sitting in the bush. So I've just cleaned up a bunch of the rust on it, and starting to paint over it and stuff, and I'm actually probably going to need to do another coat right now. And hopefully it'll just look a little bit nicer and look a little bit more sleek compared to the one that was on it, which just looks kind of hard and muscly, which again, I do like that as well. Just not that one, because it's just kind of cringy sometimes. So, and I don't like cringy stuff. Not very much, at least. Sometimes can't really get away from it, but anywhere I can try to avoid it, I like to keep it a good job, keep it look like it's stock, or at least nicely modified. Yeah. So, anyways, that's kind of the catch up, I guess. I don't think there's anything else. I did get an aftermarket steering wheel, because I was getting tired of my old one, because it has the rubber right here. Here we go. Let me try and move you guys around. Right here, you can see this is fading away, and I was told that this is repairable. You can like put like a lacquer on it or something like that, and kind of restore it back to nice and new, which would be cool, because this is a really slick looking steering wheel, again from that same Sentra, you know, red stitching and all that stuff. But I really wanted to get suede, because I just wanted to try it and see what it would be like, and Danny has suede in his car, and I liked that, so I got a suede one to try it out and see how much I like it. And yeah, just it kind of makes the car look a little bit more simple, which is what I really appreciate about this car, is that it's been very much simplified in a lot of what's going on in the hood and in here, and just overall, because, you know, I started this stuff with cars being a mechanic and getting into working on cars, and I really dislike having to work on cars that are pain to work on. And so when I'm building cars, one of the big factors in like a quality good car for me is just how easy it is to work on. So deleting as many things that are unnecessary as possible, putting in things that make other jobs simple and easy and quick to access, and doing something that looks simple and is just, it doesn't take up a whole lot of space, and it's a nice modification, is all within that criteria. So it was I thought it was about time. Okay, just about ready to put this on?
Yeah. I don't like this thing.
Yeah.
We've done pretty good thing.
Okay. Right, I forgot that it's so flexible. I don't entirely know where you want this, but
there's a little mark here I made. Right there. So that's where I want that, but we want it like pulled forward.
okay. Like, goodness gracious. So that it's like a flat. Kind of like that. I think. Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much. Here's that spoiler. It's pretty sweet. Matches the hatch spoiler up top. Went back to the stock hood. Was black. Now there's a Hitler chin.
Let's not call it that, okay?
And then we've got SIR sedan rear seats installed.
Yeah. I've seen better days, but yeah, they're pretty sick.
Piece of plywood for backing and lots of persuasion.
Yeah, we ended up not using the Civic seats.
Sweet interior.
Get that, Vincent.
There you go.
Won't find another 240 with that interior.
Certainly not. What I did today, new fuel filter, that's a 300ZX, or the Wix is 33022. Get one of those for any of your big fuel filter upgrades. And yeah, here, new fuel line. Hopefully that one holds.
Ooh.